hospital recently. Some, doctors were being posted to the place they refused to go, and the reason is the fact that their lives are not secured and all that. What would you say to these professionals who are supposed to, come to the region and work?
Yes, sometimes they are justified for talking about their lives, because they also need to be alive to be able to take care of the people that they are supposed to take care. And so you find some of them refusing to come. But you see, in every conflict situation or nation, you find people going in there to support by way of aid, by way of help, and others. And so when we attain certain offices, we should know that it is a God-given position for you to equally take care of the people that are suffering, the people that are in need of your services. And so I will call on them that in Boku, they don't go around killing everybody. There are doctors in Boku as we speak. There are other essential workers in Boku as we speak, still working, and nothing has happened to them. They should reconsider their decision. And now that Otumfuo, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo has spoken, peace will return to the area. So we should all be free and happy to come in, because Boku is going back to its previous glories.
David, let me say a big thank you to you this morning for making time with us.
Thank you very much, and God bless you for bringing me on your platform.
Most welcome. And that is David Adoliba. He is the secretary to the Boku Naba, and I will say Yenene Edin Komono was a Nipa Udwa, Yasuma Musa Monko Bokunko Yejuma, and there was some level of fear. Emamo and Konko Yejumano, these people about to trust them says, see, everything will return to normalcy, and so yes, Munina Monko. Nafe Monkonko ye Jumani kama and nafe yenyina yentumi emfa yentuma pa emfa emfra enti obi aniwa ene yi uko be kobo ko abe yesi ye ba be ye obibi ana den de osida bibi aniwa ebe koso abasa TD ana Roger TD Wills ababeka ensa ewa ha enche biaro na afi Kennedy Donko enso ababeka ensa Roger morning
me
boko die
oh that is yeah obadi ase ye hwe nyama ekoso o manga ne mu a Ghana for na beka se yankopon ne ediniye because o hwe embre etwe mu 8 years a etwe mu ana Ghana for ye hye ahoyeye mu na yeda omo menya BP omo a omenya hypertension enya hypertension omo ya rebe bom omo mbe wususu ewuye under the 8 years of under the 8 years of former administration ex Bawumia Akufo-Addo government and I said you bankers employee babes meaning say yawo meaning say na banks or barbering salons inside omutumi ema haircuts during those periods na no omuyiyi nkofuti emamuwi seasoned investors or entrepreneurs cry complaining here maybe FMU because sika amodiato bank ex Akufo-Addo Bawumia government sikanity and I am on haircuts barbers cry yenim scissors cry the try so yenim sanyama we ni na ema yen ekọ ahoyaw mu ahotete mu like obre amanie abebrese ni amani hu mu na mom nyankopon enam His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama so ebe redeem eno na enyumtuni bi ka se ebe den na yemfa ayeye emfa ma erade na se enye erade na aya muma yenka muma Ghana fo yenka bon because ya bro ya bre pa enti mekanisa no na me san ada Ghana for na ase say ye kwa hu ye hu ya bemu ambu na mum ye nya gidie ewo Nyankopon mu ena Nyankopon so His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama ebe man yesu ye nya gidie wo mse Nyankopon ebe fa ne nsa so esiesie nyama ama Ghana aye krabehwe dachi me no ye kase eba no the a year inflation of this country this year no 6.3 what I say and see that since ye change ye salary denomination no see the appreciated that
Nkrofo abafom yes well agreed but normal board as was so
oh that's it you can say depreciation your friend is saying inflation abafoma yen ka say nyama bo ebe titihu the year can say depreciation nature say rate at which anyama bo ekosro dodo no fast eso ebeti that thing unim say MPP4 ebeji aban no ewe yensa 2016 election 2017 hand over emom na ugita a year 150 Ghana cedis utumi nya emu back ugita 250 Ghana cedis unya emu back so ya we unim say MPP beji o my Ghana no angwa na 160 cedis it koya copy 8200 that's it. That means say the rates at which are now inflation economy astronomers trying to me explaining astronomist omo the mom kwano mo to me explaining maybe saka bibo 2017 Toyota Vitz ni ba kono di fifth port ba ya na me bisa na say chairman ahi o see 28,000 ni pa me money 18,000 na dia kan ni ntia nkakra 2017 asem na make actually 28,000 unya Toyota Vitz before ex Bawumia Akufo-Addo aban efi aban mu no now ni Toyota Vitz 120,000 that's poor economic management what you say poor economic management enti no ye comparison na say omo kakakasa omo nyama na che say MPP4 eni enwu ade because ye campaign no amuka kire say mahama bakra na no matter what inyama bo enyere emba fom but ye ba ye anwa bo eba fom iron rod for ba fom iron rod bo eba fom emo ebo aba fom ebro kudoku aba fom waja say inti nyama no prices no aba fom and the way nyama prices ekosoro gidigidi ejai and Akufo-Addo Bawumia time obetumi akoto ade we 1,000 cedis. If we also cost Okotobia, I almost 1,002. You can attest to the fact and the reality on the ground. What me call Koto at the end there, or Chinawa no master swat. Say, yeah, but Christmas we what's the Christmas on 25th in Kranyam by? Normally, a year in Kofu, Esther so move Dika a week to the Christmas. But while compare this time around, the weather for the Christmas, the season, compare to Okwa Accra Central Nkofu nemu omo digani na this one HSS Nkofu ababa omo menka say all is what gromsy and I say like bibia aye pepepe but there have been a significant improvement what you say there has been a significant transformation na say ye ka say o man peni papa aba o man gani mu Bible kura kan o say when a wicked rules a nation the nation perishes. But when a godly rules the nation flourishes. It will be say dia obi bia ye wa ha say obi kra say 2017 na Vitz no cry 20,000 Vitz 20,000 dia omampeni His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama no wo dachi enye easy enye joke Ghana for eniachi Ghana for born abaso Ghana for SA His Excellency the President Moniyo. When I ever no sementia, we any ever no sementia. Senaga His Excellency the President. Naka by this time dachi naka yewo. Let me catch you. Me say it was say yema obi bia o survive here under ex Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration ye mo certificate of survivor certificate sisi a otumi like I was say certificate no o de ko be bia yetumi recognize say wafa ojem na wa survive obi a o survive Akufo-Addo Bawumia 8 years no I'm telling you the person can survive hell. The person can survive hell. But when you call hell, now a ba, now we in the chest. I can say yes, Mako Haba, because we've been through hell during those periods. You call through hell. And see, during that time, when you say yes, I'm not to and you be Obeko, one Obeko, brand new see much like 24, Obi in Kase 24, Ukuru. Why shall we live in any obra? Who be who better porting back now? They will 2024, 2017 to 2024 politing back in Kwana Nayeto. Also be to Kwan Kobronya, politing back because Onya Scana would better politing back no, would better bag Angasano. Eh? Who ya say would better more near there into Upe politing bag and now their ships. That time I met sign on us.
But who call Krum so now only ready phone so didn't come on because so a phrase said no not a year a few way because in microphone.
Oh, since you can only account when you are done marketing.
Dancing.
What did January now? Period. And I'll bet me analysis. Why you say?
Oh, say normally it's a banner from 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Oko mo mutunton kuko ni andi ade. Oko mo muton mu anwani andi ade.
Ended it here, David. Ended it, David. And then Minuka say you're 17th. It will not be prudent for us to make an analysis of 20th, 21st, 22nd on 17th.
Agrobesha.
If you are not part, but I make a choice say, Enyan do 20th no crown. Enyan do 20th no agrasso. Say, Enyan do 20th no. It will be improper for us to make judgments of Enyama a draw will be 20th. Comparing 20th for Enyam by yen, you compare to last year 20th. Debbie, that's it. They say, Oko Kroma Ghana for Eka. Say, Anya she crown ye watoye. From the calamities of the oppression I come. Anya she crown. When ya she kwe dia unya bibi. Here, me say, under the 8 years of Akufo-Addo Bawumia. Oh, idea betia. Now we almost sell. We wakuma bo pim. That's it. Then you easy. You go for 3 days, no one did that. You go for sorry. Whoa. Now, more time, it's on the party. I say, I go pay baby. Only say, under Akufo-Addo time, Obi a year party on the field grandpa. Or shame him, no catch us, oh, you invite your call, yeah, ma'am. A Akufo-Addo time now to me who videos are Obi, I call wedding program, Oko the second round, I catch us, where did that? And I want who's our videos, maybe. Who's our videos, maybe. Ah, videos are Obi, I call wedding, we call like Dokono or more, buffet, wako, or more fufu, wako. Nti no over detailed one on catch and say we did that man sound by my show in the month. What do you say? Oh, video net trendy. It's only under the government of Akufo-Addo because the system no why hard. System why hard. Okay? Na Akufo-Addo be touch over.
The system money hard.
Oh, it's better. As compared to America say, we are still fixing it into a better thing before.
How do you describe being better?
Because a better change before, just like an analysis. Last year, so kita 2,000 now ubebe di bronya we are. Ubewa koto rice almost 800 cedis. One bag. I mean open rice papa binumu. The person me bubodi na nye free advert. Open rice yen thinking say perfume rice. No. Ukita 800, 900, 1,000 and sana ubenya that standard of rice. That's it. Many oka say, open that same class of rice, 550 maximum. What service can it be on? Better. Oh yeah, that comparative, better. Aside that, angwa yellow gallon no. Na I got 1,002. CCI 650. That's it. It will compare better. It's in comparing the two situations, these two scenarios, no. Far better. Me catch you say, nanka yanom na ete so a nka by this time mo one bag 2,000 because omo mu page mo ndwen ti me move for ne ho what is say omu su say dollar no ejina yi na president ama ma pompe dollar dia asupporti ema economy no tie omu say penny otena fie ma nkwala ewe na nka ne ye kan na nkawefo a oka ho na say president edwen ti me move for ho na o say me ma pressure no embeto me constituents so ema ababo no enye bare ema omo nti no yema eyi no edua eda ho no ye fa nkum owo no ama owo na meka anakraman na meka nkola na ende cheso ye penimpa cheso ye good leader or a strategic and a visionary a strategic leader also our vision and foresight because so jai na se kraman ni be kawa na by the dawa what is the use obi be say no penikwasia it is MPP before him say such a market intervention no manya just say they failed because it is so clear and na me say odi ma yendi bronya no enwie ye di wie a na say almost start say omo kan omo sika and omo be hu say omo make more profit no omo make more gains omo make that enyama bebre ana ye bed wo Ghana so if you nuisance taxes ni na akọ what you say it is how we ni na be ma ye hu ere ahehan ye nsa na ka na otwi ahehan ye because hwe say nka ebia wo de fa ni say taxes are na nka omojeji ni na ededa nyama akọ akoto so ni na no unye service that is all your service. And the MPP there, omo betina relegation a chepa Christmas there by me some be party, birthday party and I say Christmas party and I say so they are noted for that organizing parties. But momo ndwen anything politics and governance. Now medical catch almost say mayor posters among acha 31st there soon na MPP party na ide egu me nya no call to glory because omo nya the pepe bia o say glorify omo collapse and I me nya no gone too soon because omo nya the pepe bia party ni wu a ebe Ghana for ya
no wu na obegu na
and I me nya no oh MPP party ni de megunu
obegu no
me na me nya no call to glory because there's nothing to glorify about them. Omo rest in peace da. Nyango Ponti has said the MPP will never rest in peace. It's you know, their painful exit. Where is the Ghana's politics, the political landscape? Now that's it. Make us a son. I'm pa kwenye so ntia His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. Na mintia na bejeche Professor Jenana. Na mintia my fathers, they are Hoy brothers. Minchia Baimun Penifoni na appointees, ni chief of staff. Na minchia Ghana phone, TFoni na minchia a year the strategic tactician. The ordinary Saturn and Miniana. Radin Yangopo. Kramabof Moya Yum too. EBS MPP mo. Dia Obonifugua. No mo say. Wako kanche. Chante. Na Ghana phone in as General Mosquito, but the Diangasa Honorable Johnson. I said in Gatia, Michel, a bio bia. That's Mini Abema, Afina Waba.
Are there in there?
That's I mean for coins, I mean, child, now I'm watching. Now I'm here, my friend is saying, the new patriotic party as usual.
Now,
you have a travel up a chaba. Mean Chavy.
Now,
Unabel last one. I mentioned, I mean, producers, ne team. Na mencha a year banacos as well. So far, things say, by beer, me church my chance will be a me channel. Much on our view, so I mention a year, me and my colleague or tea. My was a way jandam. Baby, maybe an amity. Yes, be an amity, me follow palm. Dachi, whether me for quite much, master what you for, say, never more fan chimney. On the media, and times a big see that this is the first time. But me buy so much I can was on by better missing, and I may add a bit, you know. That may be serious. Me just be by in terms of my champion drill. My me for quite some ma what your phone, you know, fish up. I think so far, a year, a few way dear. Even though Nakopondi, the my. But sister, any more to the sense of that, and there may be any pocket any crew. Come, afraid, trot driver any mate, no more complaining. Almost say, Omun be any panafa. Just say, Omun Yendi Paconoma for Agniska Atomo. And I was so surprised, say, a year, Minia Tiana, or Casana Numa Koyena, Mona, den, Nina Jandam, eh? That me so pa, Cokrumune. Noko Bisa say, and Numa Buana, Tista MPB a person. Ebesinde. This I been album. Atadia now was send and I'll be a price out on the time. Could be such a Atarian neighbor. And the eternity here. Price are even increasing. Yes, it is true. Say inflation. Yeah, who say inflation drop it. Yeah, who say CD $2 no CD and why a day. There's no doubt about that. That's a fact. But the reality on grounds is different. But actually, me and the baby as mama they ban they come we both food and ne. Actually, say. I don't know why in tia dachi. Eye NDC abai asamba kwa ya ka to omo for so muntie no omuntie. Ha? Adia ye opposite your power ye no. NDC are doing worse. And to be frank, I don't know. Say ABI ya do better friends say e Ghana Koyan so no you refi. Den tia o better Koyan so I don't know. Because a new man kinkiti bo wa ye person e bit say e-levy. Ghana focus say yempo na MPS no. Yes, come on, other about or man or brand design famra. Yeah, the buy. And this more banana ya. O buy a lithiuma, Yakumu, Aoya. And I say, oh, a party no. Ye could negotiate and I negotiate 10% at the more on mine. Now, mobile no. Marco Kuntura and Sako, the chimney or Master Sanoma at about 5%. Emma Ghana for sorry, the day, if you remember that vividly. NDC4, they were opposing say 10% of the buy initial because if they say Bugana for and need to know we should go and renegotiate. And I can say, oh, yes, shares have 10% now. That's what Ghana for because at the end of the day, it will create employment for the people and then within the country and as well as at Awoya. Mu kikan sembebre to Ghana for trim. Now, mobile, mudi about 5%. And I said, no, Ghana for CNT as cost Sabi. Asem we dey obia ni wa asem because much on business was the same because say previous government and negotiate anya 10% e dem man now about the 5 there that enya de be yi that me no kase na anu yi this week and ras na anu na NDC4 asema yaka ma withdraw parliament no mako awo ya akosia ahenfo try to convince them say 5% no they should come and start working. Now, now,
and so withdraw,
withdraw, and now, yes,
withdraw, the withdrawal, which is me, I mean, Patrick Obama,
yeah,
Cassette. Asemo mo ka kire omundi dada say saade we enye papa omo withdraw no mo enko for consultation and sana omo asaba bele no omo kan ya omo anfa afi no mo musa de enye papa omo ba withdraw enti the question will be that going to Sawe as a den is it not to consult the people there?
That's it. Perfect. And you consult. But the issue is, now, do you know the debate on the social media right now? Do you want to say, NDC for say, I will ya for say, Omona de, Yapasikana, a percentage in here, but say, when Besha in the here, you see what you are bringing?
Oh, now, sir, we are your friends saying, Monkey Simon. Nana info at the state
you see
relative to that 5%, no can say you cannot move from 10% and wanting to bring 5% and say that 5% and 10%. So from day one, they are the chiefs and the people are very clear on the issue. Say ɛno de ɛnya de a ɔmbɛma kwan ma ɛno aba so
yeah ɔmaka but that me say ndam no ka say me come chiro ensema the current issue about the Awoya issue na me ka tell say NDC for na me tie spokesperson awo friend say from Minister of Kofi Amaboa Lance so I just say Emma Omoka say right now no the issue about Awoya is not about the percentage right now but it's about saying on be share say akọ mine lithium no and I was shocked to the sense say I dear Ghana for us N60 and for N60 then you guys are trying to justify the issue said Chichina trying and say you should 5%. That's it. Sabi, 2028 any achiro say ya na make an ye sha say yeah na kada for yempe we na sitting chair beba ya the buy no at the end of the year who is smoothest level you guys should continue and do so now me say 2028 ebedru na Ghana for nyina hu say NDC aban asema no mo position mo ka no na mo ba power asema mo ye different na je me da say
meso me da say but campus the same
nache campus there I can say so far so good
na no na enkoda na say true yinim fees nim
school fees
njama say enkoda na dwa bi say
oh school fees there I mean check here but the minimum say school fees University of Ghana ain't mean to school fees before there will be an increment you know always be a parliament and approval and you know say obeka say UGR to school fees maybe from that aspect make us say be aminjindi say even say in tumpo aba then a trial say if we other GTech for akushia parliament so discuss say amomo nyina ati say okay yeah share e be this factor A factor B into say you but that me school fees in some no o check price in there make say nke to be frank me if I make Abraham Meba University na the way I was thinking about the University of Ghana school fees no na me be say those cry those no ma akonanim and there yeah can that's the reality on my increase school fees no share me time school fees am tua and then that ultimately say I increase it by 2 times or so which I think maybe but that one no before school fees by ban no parliament is aware that's what I can say for now
ma me say muna Nancy as a more kasa we are the judiciary is kangaroo and we na the Supreme Court
yes
5-0
yes
unanimously decided yes the Electoral Commission should stay the Pandai rerun we saw the MPP and Monkrofwe hailing the court said this is the rule of law as at display. Is it when it suits you that is right, but if it goes the other way then you have problem with it?
That's it. I think say this question they can make us say Bianca ya no na isn't come answer that question because I'm afraid very say your judges say unanimous FC but as I'm to be
a kangaroo kind of course.
So that's it. Mame now I say for this particular topic or the abande that's it. You see edu baby o mind bia ewo enhyehyeye ana ewo mra aidi bu o mind God has and it's no bibia besi bia no ye hwe mra no na ya gina so e de bu atem so what you say now that so we share the issue about Pandai now share the happening after the 2024 elections now na your friend is saying nyindam every day hands down very wide margin but obi etrans say one no ojidi say is say na course no one e friend is saying easy enya adwen fine so the letter commission nya adwen yes indeed the only place out the bakoye the Supreme Court the High Court or the court now what they call High Court no ejina so ebu atem but the MPP from day one, we have insisted that the ruling of the court, no, and it's our judge. You who say be endam embra kwanso, because the issue is say obedi asem aba court. Ye jina and seminar what they buy and also na ye jina so the bu atem. So one, yeah, can say. So wo hwe ne nipa ne jina so the asem no court na. Nipa ne say eye ono e transit the course eye 41 police stations. Do ho no ma wo gidi say basa ye den e ko ho antwa ye. Eniti no ebe ya court no enhwe na omuhu ne obeye. And a court no jina so no ka say, oh, yes, ampa South 41 stations police station wo dey buy no. Me hu say basa ye bi kuko so anase bia me hu say yes, wasam no udi bill. So I just said. But me just asem so ne matwa all the police station was account nyina agu. Emma sa o kaya me catch us that ache. Sabi assembly wo no na say asem kura sia. Sabi you just have to take all your friends the bad nut from the good ones. Sabi bi kura sia. 41 police stations no. E honum na bia nka you could have dealt with. But say one yan sa ne wo twani nyina mu a then sabi what kind of ruling is this? Second, ena all cast also jina so can say eye se wo hwe de esi wo hodom na chinchina antwan say e fe ne say ye fe ne say ye court no my have a rerun election about that. Rerun they say that it. So rerun eba that means say that say you konya election in the future automatically obi so betime ama basa dey asi honum na at the end of the day we go na say yenya rerun election honum. And here from the one we have insisted say no that issue no wasn't right. And then the parent assembly the echo court. Now ye dey assembly court no it was high court, it was supreme court as well. And then we told your friend saying NBCD is say you guys should relax. Say court mo e dey na tembo eba then e honum near who the way forward. But NDC focus say clerk say untrelated and come easy. No chance yes organize the ribbon election.
NDC fund say clerk
na nganya mwanka bana me question it.
Kwan ben so no mo fa so question.
That me say your friend say majority leader mama yarega. Woni all the majority leaders and the culture clerk they say mun sorry na mun ko kan kire easy say organize e.
Are you by chance saying
that it is obvious.
Wait.
Yeah.
Are you by chance saying say the people went to court on 41 polling station?
Yeah.
At the end, the judge ended up annulling the whole election.
Yes.
And that it was wrong.
Oh, that it was 100% wrong. I've said that.
Okay.
That was we disagree with that.
Wait.
We disagree with that.
Wait. It is a any rates the plaintiff will tell you what he's looking for, what he wants the court to do for him or her. And I'm a
sure.
And at the tail end, he will write.
Sure.
And any other reliefs as the honorable court may wish. So I seek my relief, but I also leave if there's any other relief that the court so wishes, he does so. And this Oba Kaya in Akufo-Addo versus Mahama 1 in 2016.
Yeah.
What Akufo-Addo was looking for was not a recommendation by the Supreme Court for us to do electoral reforms. But because it was on the writ that any other reliefs so wished by the Honorable Court, the court decided to ask the Electoral Commission to do certain reforms, which was done. You understand? Yeah. And so for a judge to annul the whole election, he is not wrong in law.
That's it.
You may have difficulties that ABIA, based on the fact before the judge, the judge did not take the fact into consideration. Ruling, and your papa, and you want to contest it. In fact, before the judge, there is an application for stay of execution.
Exactly.
Judge, you know, Obama ruling, I think on the 18th, which is Ochina. Obama, but you have gone to Supreme Court under such a right
exactly
to quash the decision.
Perfect.
The Supreme Court says, Electoral Commission, hold on.
Before
they will listen to the case when that will be on the 13th of January.
Yeah. So,
but the issue that the same Supreme Court had made us understand in the Asefua case is that if a constitutional body, if a judge or a court mandate a constitutional body to take an action, the merely filing of a writ or stay of execution does not tie the hands of the constitutional body from proceeding. In this case, the first say, court and just say clerk, no, because the clerk is in the constitution. There was a way. Your writ should not tie the hands of the clerk.
But what I want you to understand is all that you explain.
Yes.
Asama yaka from the one. Yeah, Supreme Court amayata say na yenye wrong because yes say yes asama wa court anything and the clerk there's a go move ahead e chokuma easy
Dabi
ena meba yeah kasaba easy e fen say clerk in fanko because omunya abotre because asama wa court right ena endra Supreme Court ababe affirm the can say yes indeed asama
what did the
Supreme Court say easy twintwen so enye bibia until say omede ometra asama so nti dachi asema nana yeka from the one no any the Supreme Court can and run no so be them e try will say
by the Supreme Court what so, you went to court
so you see
the Awuko court you never went to court to challenge the actions of the clerk.
Yeah, but okay that if the there can so nanka ehun here ka Supreme Court baka say bia
you see the Supreme Court is a policy court.
Exactly.
It's not just a law court, it's a policy court.
That's it.
And the probably the Supreme Court is looking at the first cell. Say say ukoye election now we elect a new person.
Yeah.
Now say the judgment but now the judgment seeks to as it were affirm the MPP from their court now.
Yeah.
Then you will be having a constitutional lacuna.
That's it.
So therefore we answer because in fact mu call recess crisis here answer train on the 13th you be buasem.
So one say yeah from beginning you can say yes easy even because at the end of the day say you nyaju to say and our court no bibia can we now say ehun say senya rerana automatically easy be recognize it issue no election no but then you can say say easy nya abofre say bibia ni na say cast we or court then we come back to that particular issue
but the MPP is not the court
that's me ba oh that's just me ba that's not high court that's Supreme Court you know all this
the first Saudi high court no who dey tell say who dey asem court
me nya no be me chance bo
who dey asem court who dey asem court you are not an authority. Oh. And so you cannot say me dey asem na court in the electoral commission giant
if you authority but say na unim say that is asem court say be empente mu antem
na unim
sir
voter registration voter registration voter registration no court voter registration no court the electoral commission went ahead.
I don't know why so the person what I said all them just dragging out is insane. Yeah, as someone course, you can say, say easy job trade. But not NDC for no question say, clerk as say, Chakoma easy. No, also yes, sir. So me, I don't blame the clerk. But the issue is, then I can say,
so you feel the clerk doesn't have a mind.
Say me then say at the end of the day, say your cast no be your quarter. Then you who there, you pay. And then most of the mobile election, Emma easy quite in the by. Now, Endra.
Yes, the date by on what?
On election.
Can say on money.
Yeah, on date by on election.
Based on the constitution provisions that is available to
meba.
I am running say no.
And you know. Oh, that's it. Oh, me say easy the date by say election what?
But the way I walk on as a easy na say that. Catch the easy that my telephone say. I'm running say easy no one fat date in 30 days and I'm running.
That's what I am at 30 days. And I was here famra. What I say, or the brother, buy. But Sabren, we were insisting, say, na, we mu, any no more campaign. Oh, sa coincidence. Next, the master, I don't know, you know, Munya Petre, Yanashi, Yamasa Munya Petre, Dachim, Anna, Andra, Supreme Court, a buy. What's it? Oh, you're sure some would have a court, no. And some I said, December, move to Abana. Then, Yan Fan Crumbles and Marcus and Boy, you come at the end of the day, so the ruling a contradiction. Then that means. My constant job. So if that's the case, you guys should hold on until say 13th January. And I am I'm insisting, I'm putting emphasis on the fact that they say from the one that's my kind and one is but that the question is I didn't know NDC for near Brea. I say they want to take any seat or every seat, like they want to get absolute majority in parliament.
We already have
I absolute I just say absolute now.
They have to test majority.
And I'm not talking about to tell. I'm saying absolute by like they want to get if you come in 100% by.
Oh,
that's the target. Keep quiet. Let me talk. When I'm finished, they're coming. Please. And that I'm from a brass 7 pound.
Okay.
Now, so share Asama. All the NDC communicators are more can say. Now, they want to collapse NDC.
Yeah,
that one. And now I'm going to come. What can I say? What can I say? And now I'm going to come. But check it. All the youths within the NDC. Asama Kenya say, oh, MEP Agu. And anytime I hear this, and I may just say, Sabi, these people either they don't know the history of this country, or they haven't read, or when they read they don't understand.
Is that the first time? What is that?
And someone
no, but I'm asking whether is that the first time you heard this in our political line?
And I'm shocked. So the reason why they are doing all this in home, NMSR, is useless, and they are wasting their energy and their time. That's make us some job within this country. In 1951, they had the first general election in this country. When CPP and UGC contested here, sitting in 38 seats per the entire country. Contested here. MPP and UGC, lineage, your grassroots.
MPP grassroots. No, don't lie. You can't lie to the people of Ghana.
If you don't know, you keep quiet and learn. Now, by then, no. They win only 2 seats. So what I say, Eya Buakwa, Eya William Furata, and then JB Dankwa. By then, no name him say, Eya that lineage ebe collapse. 2 people, that's just something okay. But at the end of the day, the following election, Krampa Enya 1954, Eya CPP winning majority again, and then only Buja, and it will even cry Abuakwa Krampa, you start losing those seats. Now, fast forward to even the Fourth Republic, 1992. That's it. Sa election na yenya no. The whole Ghana na sit in 200 seats in the contest here. Abraya 2 presidential year no. MP focus say no. Kwanya NDC for fast so any the former late John Rawlings. Fast no. Contested from the primaries parliamentary election. Na yan contested. Emma NDC winning 189 seats of parliament. The question is, by then you could have said your friend saying MPP ready ebegu. But 1996 when we contested, you winning 60 seats in parliament. And what you come you team go ahead ever give to me in 2000 election. So over baby, now my dream say you want to increase the number of seats in parliament, and then Mama strong in this country. Then you guys don't know the trajectory of elections in this country, and they have to go and read. And I will advise all the NDC people say, your department, Podcast department, University of Ghana, elections in Ghana book no, don't go read how elections happen in this country.
Now in 2017, some of us say NDC nego.
So
we need that majority. NDC.
So I know that say almost should be a frame. So that I say history is there to guide us.
Politicians,
but
you know.
Anything I learn because so commotion there and can you echo so gan omarimu nka sebi
na say on super catch say nka wo so usua dia the aye from 92 na.
Oh yeah. Right now,
we out to me resurrect here. And this is a political party be so be.
That's it. Unim say yes, unima shegu a na dey no say. Sabre aye opposition. To be frank, all the wrongs say nyina ye hu nyina na ye correct eden eba.
And you say na mo correct fa no.
Yeah.
Mo ye sure say next election mo
now it's very obvious. Eya Bosha NDC share Ghana for. Me come to someone do so. Eya the strongest police among the buy.
House cleaning no America say.
House cleaning.
House cleaning.
Oh yeah.
Not mere cleaning Obeka say.
Me see after 31st January.
Yes.
I be your primaries na wie no. I be nya do be die no. You will see how united MPP is. But right now no one say bia enuma enkoyi.
Me that's it. Roger.
Yeah, that's it. Me that's it. Almost say entokwa efunu a na to akeka nti de aboro ne boa na me hwɛ me nya be mana ne ho mete na obobo bi na oh do the honorable thing na obobo bi that she said dia said you nipa nsuo e fa no nti no pre se machine gun sa ni na we see the same thing fine square zero na dachi mama start emfa ni jandam no emfi baby a oka se 1951 election no ena omo winning yen na ekosi hin na ye nya 198 seats for parliament in 92 na ekosi hin ni ekofa hin be si ha no dachi nipa bia o ti wiase nim se obewu d'accord ana but the fact say obewu ni njire say ye wo ho a enti no from 1950 now ka no eno ni ye mo days na mo struggle say mo wu no but mo wu oni di aba medical ka kire o January 21st there is a wise saying you say a human being once born will die one day, but the life in between is struggling not to die. The life in between. It is also who say, must struggle say move, but part of the day, me she partners, MBB party. We don't have an end. What you mean, Abema? Nah, also can be UGCC. Hey, Massa, UGCC, na nyamo party. Undi ma ko hwa ba ko sem no e fati for no ye dia waja se semu obi o na wo mu a tisi ya no kire me power grant faction men ewo MPP mu kire me de ena mama ka bibi nkire o ma onti ase the politics of the old no enye the same of today one those days na MPP for to me the jandam FM, for instance, Ashanti region, no more painting picture be say, late President John Rawlings, I share Mona Nanum or the Omubejina say, in Kwalani no sa story no and Namutin Batieni, Yabe who say and cro. Echo she said, Nasebu, Sophia, Ebane saying, oh, what you say, NSCCN because of technology, the world has evolved. It is CCN once or yeah, Jandam CCN. Obikura responding, say, on canon to no in the Oka. What you say? Sana who call us be in. No more be puna mpre. Who say, Master, do the honorable thing. When you were talking, I was just quiet and making notes. Only pen and paper, Mami Mobi. Do the honorable thing. Now, once I told Jandam na immediately na populace na omo dikodi arebati wa enti enkosi. Now, my main tell the history of the MPP. A more ideology, Dankwa, Buzia, Dombo tradition. What do you say? But the UGCC ideology was on broad nationalist coalition. What do you say? It's not to me because the same people, a more different ideology, because MPP talks about liberal democracy, free market economy, property owning. How many are you there? Property owning democracy. Or maybe we are buying buying property. Hey, you come now. You come. Property owning democracy.
Property owning democracy. Sana.
I'm going to say property. And yet, and I say original platform because 2016 he contributed to MPP winning, and then when they won. The people who have made money and have made properties, or counting on Munya Saskan, to move fast can out to Mebo party. One thing. Yes. And your property owning democracy, Nanka Brian Champion, Becas or to hotel and see a Puano. Ghana property and make it profit, see on one hotel. Now auto. And your property owning and come out on Senate among one. It also MB before see on your property owning democracy be manner. Tell me, which have read Ghanaian? And I MPP man property. And I sure say only property. Debbie. omu lutu oman ni go omu botoma nesa tell me there's nothing to write home about MPP enti Ghana for sisi ye hu omu kasa ye tia ye ko hwehwem what you say enti no omu ideology omu de nam no ye nim omu ye hu mu esie ye hu mu pa esie now I say ye pe absolute majority for your information ye kita absolute majority dada na sebio so ka say ye wododo na still ye den ye pe mo a that hini e boni say you want more if you Oliver Twist class I want more what you say na Bible so say one na e wo dwan bebre na o meko bedidie na ba ko be yira na o ko hwehwe no that you will not leave Pandai as orphans and any other seats as orphan. What I say? Yes, yenyan sitting now or parliament yebeji to glorify the lovely people of Ghana. As a matter of fact, the kitchens too were MP before fee. A top from cry kwaji. Kitchens too. And a plastic chair. Ewo mufie. A top from ma kwaji. Omo presidential primaries. Me say MP before see omo ye mema. Omo mpom hu musuo. No control letter MMA NDC say you represented with one candidate in their presidential primaries. You say one candidate no. Ye de bia ward executive bako and a beko. Electoral area executive bako na de beko. Obe biti omo 5 sankwansi ni na. Obe biti omo ni na abom na NDC asaji sa no. Omo primaries omeko party chairmanship position no omo pa omo draw letter mo yakukudro fo a mo draw letter vambra na yi ni pa bako enfam be contest na mo hwe de aye de be mo party na mo hwe dia ye de be ye na choose candidate mo omo ni say ye na choose candidate mo ye na choose candidate ma MPP 2020 and choose candidates for the 2024 election. You choose man. Eti sir, mo claim say you pay absolute power, a majority. You what dada. Na keep it in your mind. Say mo plastic chair will feel cry. You better beji. You need MP before a contested plastic chair cry beji. Alumi cap you beji. Wooden cap, yebeji, bibia yebeji, because anything Ghana, MPP does not like. Right now, it's MPP against Ghana. It's MPP. Now all the odds are against the only MPP for Kasapa. Only some Kasapa. But Ghana has a better MPP for radio. Ebia ni uti ha, wakasa, but Ghana for enti edidi kwa.
But they've made the arguments. If you look at the stance of the Supreme Court,
yeah,
there has been the stance from day one that look, there are issues that are pending before the court. Let's do the honorable thing. The court has scheduled a day to hear those cases. Let us allow the court to speak. When the court speaks,
that's it.
Take it from there.
No. See, that's it. EC is an institution that is constitutionally mandated, right? And once a constitution gives a provision that empowers an institution, you cannot use any other agency to stop its dealings, right? So EC is right to carry on its underpinning duties. It has to do what it has to do. But on the other hand, somebody a court. That's a court crampo. I'm a fair hearing now. It should tell you, say, we as a government believe in the rule of law. Yeah, nyamu. Yeah, oppressive system no. Yeah, unanimous FC. Yeah, a manipulative system no. I'm telling you on authority, say, a MP before ne enka omo wa bemu na NDC asem we call quarter. Nka ma bo ato achene. No. Oma ye bida. Mo ya ye nimu. We know your name. We know your slogan. Abi you ba. But as it stands now, that's it. when it went to the court says, okay, let's put it on hold. It is adjourned until 13th January. Actually, and when you say the whole process is annulled. No, they are jubilating too early. Let's wait for the proceedings to come. We believe in the rule of law.
There is a saying that those that gods want to kill, they first make mad.
Then which people are mad now?
Until we heard the Supreme Court now, then it is likely to say, well, they are uploading
until the case is heard.
The plaintiff's issue.
Until the case is heard, and for them to sit on it and then make this thing, you cannot make a conclusion. And then the Supreme Court, whatever outcome outcome that comes out, we as a government, we will comply. Now I have told you, say, about the rule of law, you believe in the rule of law. We support the Supreme Court. We will give it the necessary support and consideration. However, that is deemed of us as a party and as a government. You interfere in the work of the Supreme Court. Me na make a say, former president, wafafu na fre, akache say adi we say on no dictate. His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama will never do that. He's an honorable person. He believes in the rule of law.
That's it.
Intino, the ayeka ekwesi ne say, we did the ground. We are waiting. Tell the people of Dambai, Ekmandai, we are coming. MPP, Mupra, Mumpio, you are trained on the 13th. And we know, say, Isha Allah, it will go in our favor. And if it goes, hallelujah. If it doesn't, we will listen to the voice of the Supreme Court.
Let us say, Enra,
what can be a
Asante Kotoko Eddie Nkomo.
Yes.
At long last,
Sure.
the battle has ended. The report has been presented to the states.
Yes.
Utie Kotoko Enra.
Yes.
What do you make of it?
Yeah, that's I think sir, let me use just few times now if I and clear this air because the baby I'm here first for my party, representing my party. No, second, I speak, make sure say the people in Ghana also will get the information I right. Now, Abra or Kasano, that's it. Wakasem bi ama mewura ho na ende me nim say NDC party no is disappointed in him because onim that say obetna se na wo ka sama we have facts, we have something that are educational, and then say wo ka sama ho na say wo the propaganda from if you don't take care, people might think that maybe probably you are ignorant. Now, and I like the fact that we'll be asking a question. Say we the MPP, we are property owning democracy. And when we talk about property owning democracy, it means it's about stealing.
No, so explain to us. Explain to us the property owning democracy.
Massa, this one I think you should be ashamed of yourself for defining property owning democracy as stealing. And I think when you do this, so yes now one would say because this guy, is it okay?
For the benefit of those who don't understand property owning democracy.
When you talk about property owning democracy, say, you believe say, am I Ghana ebekuna nimwa? Say one, say obeying the fan who on your freedom. What is democracy? No, there should be tenant of democracy. And then people say on the fan who or no bit nehunya dear. Say bia me. More kwase metimi aye adwuma asimi fie more kwase metimi aye adwuma anyama jepade. That is what we call property owning democracy. Now say about property owning democracy is about stealing. To be frank, then basically it is either you are ignorant or you have never read it before or you don't really understand it or you intentionally did that.
So for the
Because it's
ordinary
not only
Ghanaian,
about selling.
for
It's
the
not only about selling.
ordinary Ghanaian,
No, man, I didn't say all about stealing. Mr. I didn't say it's not about stealing.
for the
Right,
ordinary
no.
Ghanaian to understand property owning democracy,
It's not about stealing.
it is to say that the government have no business in doing business, and that business.
Me person the ordinary person it say me talk say
Me say
yeah,
take
come
your
on.
can.
Oh,
And I'm saying-
let me finish.
And I'm saying
Let me finish.
the property owning democracy in simple terms.
Yeah.
Actually, say government has no business
Business.
doing
Oh,
business,
What
Become that
and that
what to bump?
and that the business should be left to the private sector, so that the private sector becomes the engine of growth
What
of
I
the
say?
country. Simply say that.
It's not only about business. That's yeah.
You,
What
you,
you say
you,
is
are,
true.
you are not getting what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I get
I'm
it,
saying
I
that
Government.
Big man, who now want to say? Keep quiet and listen.
please let him because
So-
time.
So property owning no waka. When it comes to business owning companies, the government wants the private sector to take in charge. Perfect. But I'm not telling you the other aspect and say, yeah, just say, yeah, believe you say, tipamuni na ono Ghana nino. And I say onya sa freedom no, onya sa fahudi no.
Oh, when you say
Juma,
the moment you say government has no business doing
business,
business,
it covers the same thing.
government is supposed to create
Allow
the
the
conducive environment
perfect.
for private
Yeah.
sector to thrive.
So that is how it is. And it's about tracker say it's about stealing her. Then basically it's like I don't know the head and tail of the argument that he was making. Yeah. So socialist no. You know what they mean? More come one socialist come. Who buy no any policy. A chair say you guys are socialists.
Bobo, yẹn free health insurance by.
Master, keep quiet there.
Yeah, health insurance by.
Keep quiet there.
Please, let him have his
Don't-
Don't disgrace yourself. Help us no one to buy. Ghana you know hotel say one on the health insurance.
Health insurance
Hey,
by.
really? But I think say I take point. So that is what I wanted to explain. Now, second, he mentioned something by saying, he said, if NPP was the issue, what would have been there? You see, at times, so the people are listening. Therefore, there are certain words that when you are using, you have to be very careful. The 5 aspirants are almost contested MPP. Really? More ba. I won't go for my contested. I said no dia. It was there Brown Mobano. One about me to any of the aspirants in the MPP. Just tell me. Just give me one. What I say? So and some one say oh car. Master, you have to be very careful. And then be na you be no edika. But that I think said the scene run. You're very good. Your friend is saying Boko. So we check the history of this Boko conflict I persisted for several years. And to me, I believe say yeah when for you be kind of cry. You can be. And your friend say Boko insen somewhere then I fear more abesine. I didn't send bra. Yeah, if you say be a free and that's it and that the way it be a better thought. Now, history that your friends are too for ready yesterday, no, it made it clear. Say, colonialism is one of the factors ama issues we are persisting up to today. And run on my young, to be frank, as smart before as we buy, I think saying Nana, yeah, aware say, so we check the enclave no more honomana. The causes for no honomode efi. But one of the things that I've realized based on what Otunfo Redden said, if you pay attention very careful, you could see, say, the Mampusis, they were well organized politically than the Kusasis initially, around several centuries back. And that was why they were so powerful in terms of ruling. But you see, as times went on, it gets upon that these Kusasi people also thought, say, because the land belongs to us. Therefore, we need to get people of our own to also rule us. And that brought the whole issue. Now, it's a OSHA based on fact. And the conclusion that was made by Otunfo Setutua, you could see clearly, yes, though he didn't make a judgment. But he was trying to tell the entire country, say, oh, so it's so say ye way, and the dia sunye everything, ebeba. And I like the fact say wa insisted, oh, side no. But that I think say near SC a sim rano. Yen to me and can was my bra yen bo akufo the day ewum. Because so oshe abra MPP ba ba emu. Eya Dagbon issue start here by Dagban. The same conflict was happening there. No munya obia obedi obedi money. About more yana ewu around early 90s or 2000s. Akufo do buy and now obo modin ko hu the friend saying eyo tumfo ya say asemi I watch it. Also why penny there the best to say brebu na hwe so betima modin ama eyi ato yi a. And indeed oba ye no bomodin settle issues no ema enda me no kase Dagban ewo ya na.
The mediation of the Dagbon issue transcended over Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
So that's
yeah.
That's it. Bema.
Keep
quiet.
Give proper account.
So you
have a minute to go.
So that's it. You can't way no. What I say. And now we no catch Otumfo say oh they were waiting for more dia aka Dagbon die. Ebeya boku die so. But one dia na hwe so wetima ai bibia fa ho a. So around 2002 2003 and then the same issue pop up. And I started issue no. And at the end of the day, Fufi Anto at and it's a buy. And it's so buy, no more so can be on twasso. So probably to be frank, dear major and say as you de eba honum. But my caution is that after all these things happen, a quan bell soon make sure say peace will persist in that area.
Sir,
and no
Wakase after the report,
yes.
There is a roadmap.
Perfect.
Roadmap, no, and a year or no peace council, and
the security
and other chiefs, no, would have to move in.
Perfect.
Speak to them near the other.
And
no, in fact,
and the most important.
And then many the Kusasi, the secretary to the Edin Commodore Mayachi, say, even the man Prusu says they should look for an eminent chief or Bekasa seminar, and the decision from those mediation will be binding on all of them.
Exactly.
So they believe that where Anya be, I think that Chungo but peace will reign.
If that peace will reign, no, say a bomb say persistently, you be here, Juma. So Obeka we say, oh, your friend say Azuka, the right, your friend say to the throne. I think say what can be, but the opponent no. The
secretary Naka said when the decision or the report was ready yesterday, Azoka Ekache and said he should call all the radio stations within the police and tell them that nobody should make any statement that will cast any level of aspersion on anybody.
But it is right time I said before Baku to Ebon say, "Sir, conflict among development actually." I was shocked to know say because of the ECOWAS wanting air national service personnel, for posting background and
doctors for cry posting.
Me course me doctor or through me na high school. No yet more Baku we free on because so on to me na honum yeah.
And police ni immigration.
Be brave into no away into the best say though ya can we no you make sure say the peace will continue to prevail in that area.
Roger.
That's it. That's it. About NTBC, I am dealing with it from the nationalist perspective. I am in a political touch. I can't say the Armenian gendarmerie. I try to or a political credit. One I shall say, say about the problem now. Politicians and I say political actors have had significant in play there. Into me expect to say once we are seeing a solution from a very prominent figure, Obi Okasa, environment no tardy, I don't expect you to raise sensitive issues or things that could also muddy the face of a trying
Well, I don't think he did
my-
anything.
No,
about it.
no.
He only tells us that it happened in this time.
It is politics. It is politics. But we know, say, when it comes to Otunfo mediating issues, it goes way back to the early 2000s. You get me? Into no, and yeah, I was taking no. Let's call a spade a spade. The man has done something marvelous, and I think we need to commend him for that. Now, a report or the buy, trust me, Otunfo you be Ghana na yetieno. What I say? No matter where you are coming from or which region you belong, yetieno, we revere him. Into no, all this report yaba as of mine. No, I think say encourage you no more side no. Let's live in unity because a ban sharing views ni opinions me makasa concerning the area severally. Like I say, there have been issues and other situations in Nigeria, Rwanda, in Kenya, and in other parts, even America at a point in time. Now, there were such disputes as I said, no government, military base, now have proposed different kind of way. But listening to him yesterday, I think he has done a tremendous work. Now, if you be embrace a Jumano, now why you know? Na ya acting upon it ebe boy na as omai na yatina in asumje because the northern it's a area nankasa it's economic hub maybe omo economic hub a very advantageous location into no if say ye better ye na enya the kind of peace na yatina as family because ya warrior like they are intermarried. What I say, interrelated into no. I think say Otunfo has done an honorable thing, and we have to commend him for that. Because we are born a basso for a juma pa waye. Rebecca say money yo. Na yenu anu some war side no so Rebecca say mama yenso na yeni na yede yentina because benifo kasa bi say senator kramakra ekon so omo no sane dey etina na dachi udidi egane ne ya ode na waka on tekra be ga say we chai die there be so say gane kwa na say udi wi a wo kai ni taste intino mesre say yenso eye report ni mu na fambo bra na o my Ghana en fa ne tumapa infra. Kudos to all of us. I think it's a success for all of us. It's a win-win for all of us.
I also think that politicians should also be careful. And the decision more be and
but that's about them. Me suggesting I'm doing say. What's right now? No, sa region is one of East, right? And it was the upper East region. Right now, no, so Ocha, you see, because of my region, no, automatically the Kosasis the North East, right? Now we move upper East. And to me, say, because of Adeba Kwana, the issue na bani the person that will rule over the entire, I mean, the East and then the North East. Wait,
let me just draw your attention to something. The demarcations of regions, even way back in Kwame Nkrumah's time, does not affect allegiance on chieftaincy matters.
If like maybe so they make train say what I'm proposing is that you listen to me. Now already know the Mampusis they have their king that are.
There is a report.
Is also
no. There is a report.
There is one Bokunaba.
Yes, Bokunaba is different.
No.
Personal.
Please, don't let us go to. If you listen to Otunfo very well.
Let's adhere to Otunfo.
In this last year, was it last year or last 2 years, when there was an installation?
Yeah, the installation
of a new Bokunaba.
Yes.
Even Nana Dankwa as a time call for the arrest of
back in,
meaning say
perfect
in that aspect there is only one Bokunaba and he is the overlord of the
entire
Dagbon area and it is simplicity as Otunfo
the Bokunaba is different, but I'm talking about chiefs within each tribes. So what I say?
Oh no, every tribe has
perfect.
a leader. They are sub chiefs under. They all pay allegiance to the Bokunaba.
Perfect.
That is.
Let's see how.
So let's just hold on to Tumfo's report.
Sure.
He has spoken. I'm saying Penny.
Nancy
Asa.
But I say thanks for coming. Last words and then the last day for this year.
That's it. My fa kwanza menche wati for na menda mo obibiase. O producers and na we should be a fisher pa. So far I think say we the janda ba be use say person janda no. Yakubon boa Yakubon boa next year.
Yes.
January the biggest and serious in fact month we can have say because one and a bit the ruling from the Supreme Court. Now second, so the MPP be obi di anim. Now obe Ghana for every sabi musuoni and mane na tete ayekum at this time. The mestre say just the one someone mretie but at the end of the day no we should be a happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Say be at the end of the day be share. Me foot na mom say mo bia en over drink it. So no man say me nka say enum ba o no sunum o jiwe na so jiwe ni en twika abra wabo mesrew because hu hia pa e na se be mema no so de to for mo susu inside some matches o mo susu inside some matches because yare aba condom so mo to bintu mo ho se bi because now you have to report about ya you say HIV as I increase nti ya hwe ya occasion so basara esama akwanyama increase the foot of can ma what here for any producers no be any my colleagues.
Okay. Yango
dachi then did be resume.
Next year we will communicate.
Yeah, Nyangopon ni etwa afi. Mom said this is one of the for the fastest years in the decade. In the decade, especially the past 8 years. In fact, and when you come sometimes na bonfire say December ne akufo ado administration e metwem ye bonfire say metwem now so hey I'm telling you there was like 100 years in 2024. 2024 was like 100 years. 1 month was like 10 years. We were struggling. We were struggling to eat. We were struggling to, and then lo and behold, God made the liberation come true. The second independence of Ghana came. And atoying. Na mekanisa unsafi because nyangopom enam His Excellency the President saso agi Ghana no. On the way afeno ne months no e call wano. See abeka say 1 year cramby. But 1 year MPP for cry almost surprised say His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama ebu amembu 1 year omunhu fi won ho no scan so because I near
first mami in 20 seconds.
Yeah eyomu wanwa it make us no na me catch Ghana membu no say butai bi wo weni so person sumo man e fa amanyoko bi mu a twa weni twa NDC because NDC na wo future wo NDC na ye party a inclusivity like obia betumi abede ede no be ba don a wadwen ana wadwen akra da onkwala dwen ye be fa ede aka ho ede ebu oman no afa ne tuma pefra na we ni na me kan wi no na maka che Ghana for say me mamu afisia pa na me hwese next year Nyakopon ebeto ni nsuo pa egu oman Ghana so said dia waye ne this year no waye more than enough amaye 2026 na 2026 no you would be victorious, you would conquer, you flourish in your going out and in your coming in.
Thank you.